full of kids, my brother decided it was a good idea to kick this boy out of a moving bus on the freeway. What's good? What's happening? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Black Compliance. Saying how you guys doing? Guys, I should be a rapper. Like, I don't know what bars I'm gonna drop, but I'm gonna drop something. If you're new to this channel, I welcome you with open arms. My name is Tete Machele, and on this channel we talk about everything. I don't even think I have a topic anymore. It's just about everything. But today we're gonna be having a lit story time. It's gonna be a little short, but it's something I thought I'd share. You know, I've been through a lot. Like, for real though. Like, you know, I was thinking about it the other day and it was just like, wow, they put me through that. But anyway, that's a story for another day. Now, before I get into the video, I have to actually explain my family dynamic. I don't know if I've mentioned it on the previous video before, but we're just gonna do it now. Guys, please forgive me. It is hot in this room right now. But anyway, a girl can afford an aircon, no can afford a fan because ching-ching is something I don't have. But I know I keep digressing, but we back. Anyway, so my dad was married to 2 women, and my mom is the second wife, and she got kids, and my other mother, I don't like to call her my stepmom, so I call her my other mom, also has kids. So when we were growing up, we walked in pairs. So it's me and my brother, who's before me, he's a year older. So everybody walked in pairs, besides for my sister, right? Because my dad had 9 kids. Yeah, he did. Anyway, so when I was in school, I was bullied a lot. So my brother, who was with me at school, he was also bullied. I mean, he was a year older than me, so it wasn't as if, you know, what can he do when grade 7s bully a grade 1-year-old or whatever. So I was bullied a lot in school. I mean, there was nothing people hadn't called me. People were like, oh, you know, your gap is so big, I could put coins in there. There was nothing. I had acne, you know, so people teased me about that. People teased me about my complexion. It was just a lot of things going on, you know. And if you've known me from primary school, from like grade 1 to grade 6, I was a really quiet kid. Like, honest to God, I was quiet. I was the type that says, mind your business. I was that girl. But I feel as if at some stage when I got to grade 7, it just, you know, it happened. I can't let these people be, you know, trampling over me. I gotta defend myself. But the good thing about my whole situation at primary school that kind of made it easy was that my other brothers were at a different school, but in the area. So they would come for me after school with my brother to take us home. So if somebody bullied me or somebody, but I never told them about like teasing. I only told them if somebody hit me, you know, or something of that sort. Then obviously, then my brothers, they would take care of it. So I was always that girl whose brothers could take care of things. So my brothers always took care of things, you know, they obviously hit the boys or whatever. And I always told about boys, I never told about girls. So yeah, so it went on that way until we went to the same high school, you know. So my dad had this thing where he divided his kids. So these ones go to this school, that one goes to this school, but we all take the same bus together. So when I was in grade 8, when I was in grade 8, me and my other 2 brothers, the ones that used to fight for me when I was in primary school, went to the same school. And then my other brother, who's a year older than me, who was in my school, primary school, went to a different high school with my other oldest brothers. Okay, I know it's a bit confusing, but you catch on. So what had happened was, so it went the same thing. People would tease me, oh, you're a foreigner, what are you doing here, go back to your country, you know. Everybody would just do whatever they like, you know, push you around, whatever, you'd keep quiet. But at that time I had a bit of a mouth, so I could like step in and defend myself or say something, you know, and back them off and be like, you're not gonna touch me, do you know who I am? Have you seen my brother? Honey, hey brother, come and put this man down. I'm joking, but you get what I mean. Like, I always had my brothers there, so if somebody kind of interfered with me at school, my brothers always jump in and be like, hey, don't mess with her like that. But just extra information, at home I was always wrestling with my brothers. They're like, no, hey, we have to get you ready. What if one day we are not there and you have to defend yourself? So you go, hey bruh, I never played with dolls, I never wore a dress. I think the first time I wore a dress I was already in high school. Well, voluntarily. Woo! So I almost had me there. But anyway, obviously I wore a dress when I was like younger, when I was playing, you know, with little, maybe when I was 1, 2 years old. But I remember, even if I had pictures of myself from like the age of 4 to grade 8, I never wore a dress unless it was my school uniform. It was just a thing. So anyway, so my brothers always, taught me to fight or karate kids and whatever. I did all of that stuff. So I never had the privilege of playing with dolls and whatever. So on this specific day, it happened that we were on a bus, right? So normally my brothers and I would take a bus together because we went to the same school. But because they were older, they were the old kid, didn't want to walk around with your small sister. I was lame, pimples, bad teeth and whatever. So they always left me behind at the stop and then they'd take it at another stop. Not just that they were embarrassed, maybe because they wanted to smoke or you shell girls or look for girlfriends or whatever their reasons were. Anyway, so I get onto this bus and it's full as hell. And the bus has that, I don't know what you call it, the thing that you hold the railway, I don't know what it's called. The thing that you hold onto when the bus is moving so that you don't fall. Okay, so the bus was choker, like it was so full, but I could see there was a place like at the back, So I was like, okay, let me just push my way through the crowd to get to that place. So when I got to the place, there was this other boy, he was sitting there. And I asked him nicely, I was like, hi, can I please sit? Then he just looked at me and he's like, no. And I'm like, but there's nobody here. You don't even have your bag on. So I don't understand why I can't sit. And he was like, no. I'm like, okay, cool. So when my brothers got onto the bus, his friend also jumped into the bus and the friend went and sat next to him. Okay, so he was sitting, before his friend came onto the bus, he was sitting by the side of the window. When his friend jumped onto the bus, he made his friend sit on the side of the window and he was sitting on the other seat, like close to me. So I was standing like this, right? So he was sitting here, right? And I was facing him and he was facing me, right? Like he was facing that way and I was facing him. And then I just felt like somebody trying to put his hand under my skirts. I looked down, it was him, and then I pushed his hand away. I'm like, what are you doing? Do you understand? Then him and his friends, they're all in uniform, probably, I don't know, grade 10s or matriculants. I'm not sure what grade he was in. And I don't even know what school because he was not wearing a tie. So he just laughed, hey, giggled about it. And I'm like, okay, cool. Then he does it again, you understand? And every time he does it, he gets closer and closer to my punani. And I'm just like, bro, what's wrong? So I push his hand and then he stands up, he stands up and he just like starts talking on top of me, And then my brothers saw that and they're just like, you're messing with the wrong sis, though. What? Like, bro. Anyway, so my brothers came like just pushing their way. They didn't even ask me what happened, right? So they pushed this guy, they immediately started fighting, and then everybody was like, no, stop. So they stopped, and then we were moving forward. Then he swore, he said something, I can't remember, but he swore us, right? And then my brothers asked me what happened, and I'm like, no, I was standing there, and he kept on pushing his hand under my skirt. And every time I pushed his hand, he kept on going further and further and further, trying to obviously reach for my vagina, Oh, I don't think my brothers saw anything. Like, I honestly don't think they saw anything. I just think they just saw red or something because the way they fought that boy. Okay, so it wasn't like 2 against 1. That boy had 2 of his friends fighting, so there were 3 people against 2 of my brothers. And for me, I mean, come on, what was I gonna do? I just kept on saying, stop, and I was crying, snotting, anything that's crying. And I wasn't expecting the next thing that happened to happen, but it did. So as we were fighting, this boy now stands. I don't know how to explain it, guys. It's difficult. But anyway, so a bus has 2 sides, right? So these people sit this way, people sit that way, and then in the middle is where those that have no seats hold on to. So that boy was facing the other side where his back was against the window. So one of my brothers held onto that. Can we just call it a rail just for the purpose of the video? So he held onto that rail and 2-feeted him. We were on the freeway, a bus full of kids. My brother decided it was a good idea to kick this boy out of a moving bus on the freeway. My heart stopped. Like, dude, I was just like, I couldn't think, I couldn't say anything. Dude, all I just saw was, oh my God, I'm going to jail. Like, what's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to my brothers? What are my parents going to say? Because my parents always warn us about fighting. If somebody calls you a kwara, it's okay. Just look the other way. If somebody swears your mom or your dad, never fight them. Just look the other way. So that's basically what I was trying to, I thought that was going to happen in that instance. And I had no idea that my brother was going to kick this guy out of a moving bus. And let me tell you something. After that day, I have never in my life told my brother that anybody kicked me, anybody kissed me, anybody pinched me. I've never. If somebody hurt me, I kept quiet because I was so afraid of what he could do or what they were capable of doing. And I know obviously it's their responsibility to have my older brothers, to protect me that way. But that day I was just like, that was a bit too much. that was too much, bro. But anyway, so my brothers ran away, like, don't tell mommy anything, don't tell anyone anything. And then they ran away, and then I went home with 3 bags. Not because, I mean, I'm a girl, guys. Like, I am a daddy's girl. When I got home, my dad opened the door. He just asked, why are you crying? He was there, and we had to leave the present at a different bus. And then, like, I was just, and my dad was like, what? Where are your brothers? I'm like, I don't know. You know, I'm just like, I don't know. They just flee the scene. They left, and they said, I shouldn't tell anyone, and I shouldn't. And my mom was like, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have told him. But my dad is like, how can you say that? What if this guy touched her? What if he touch her today, and next time he try to find out where she lives, and when she's on her way home alone, he rapes or something like that? Who are you gonna blame? You're gonna blame the brothers for not trying to defend her. So now they defended her, you understand? And now it's a problem. Yes, it wasn't a good idea that they kicked him out of a moving bus, but hey. Anyway, I think I was in grade 8 when it happened. Yes, I was in grade 8, and my brother, I was in grade 8, and my brothers were in grade 10. I remember that. And my brothers were in grade 10. Okay, cool. So, then later we tried to find out where they are, and my dad found them and brought them home. He's like, you know what, guys, let's just face the music. Let's just see what we can do. Police came in the afternoon, arrested them, because obviously that other family opened charges. Their son was in hospital. And, dude, I cried. I think my brothers were in jail for like a week and a half, a week and something, a week and a few months, a week and a few days, sorry. I cried myself every single day. I went to school, and everybody looked at me like I did something wrong, you know, like yo, I when I Judas, you know, it's like I became the Judas, you know, not the fact that, hey guys, this guy was trying to put his hand under my skirt. It just became a thing of, yo, bruh, I mean, I'm never gonna mess with that girl. Your brothers are animals, you know. And then it was almost like it gained me some respect that I didn't want, or I did want the respect, but not in that way. I wish I gained it in a different scenario. You get what I mean? So anyway, so that week and a half when my brothers were in jail, my mom and my parents just kept on going to that boy's parents and apologizing. We are so sorry. Let's pay for medical bills, you know, because that boy was in jail for like a good two to 3 months. Yeah, he was in jail for like a good 3 months. Like he was, I mean, not jail, sorry. He was in hospital for like a good 3 months, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it was more. It could have been less than 3 months, but nothing more than 2 months. So anyway, so my parents just kept on begging, please, my children, you know, they didn't know what they were doing. They're just protecting their sister, you know. And my parents didn't want to go to the police and say, no, this guy actually tried, you know, putting his hand under our daughter's skirts and whatever, because being foreigners, all you do is you're just scared of authority. You understand? We're not here illegally, but just the fact that to just have authority. I mean, if you're a foreigner in any country, and I mean, you'd probably understand this. You're just scared. You're scared of, you know, trouble. You don't want any trouble. You just want to be this good citizen. You know, you don't want them to. So my parents were just that type of people where they don't want problem with anyone. You spit in their face, you walk, they'll just walk on, you know. And my brothers didn't want like that. So eventually the family were like, okay, no, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. They'll drop the charges, because they also kind of figured out that their son was wrong. Because, I mean, he's been going to school for a long time. We've been taking this bus for a long time. And the good thing was that boy had a sister. So the sister was like, okay, I didn't see what happened, but we all take this bus. Like, we've been taking this bus for years. So we all know each other. So these people didn't just fight him for no reason, you know. So that's when the family decided, okay, let's drop the charges. And my brothers came out, you know, came out of jail and whatever. And I'm telling you, my life has never been the same. I mean, I've been through shit, you know. People have, I've never ever caught a hiding before. No, I've never. I always have, if it's not my friends fighting for me, it's my brothers fighting for me. So I've never really gotten into a fight, you know. But ever since that day, I vowed to myself that no matter what happens in my life, I am never gonna tell my brothers that, hey, somebody hurt me. Because I am afraid of the things that they could do to them and what their life would look like after that. Because, bruh, I mean, I couldn't sleep. Even after my brothers and them got out, I couldn't sleep because I blamed myself. I'm like, okay, my brother has a criminal record because of me. That boy's in hospital because of me. I never saw it at a point that, okay, he was wrong. He shouldn't have done that. But because he was injured and I wasn't injured, I feel as if it's my fault. So I blamed myself for such a long time. And the good thing is I had really good parents, because my mom and my dad was just like, nah, it's not your fault. You know, whatever happened, and you can't sit and blame yourself for the rest of your life. All you can do is just like next time maybe handle things better or whatever it is, you know. So shout out to my parents for that. I mean, my dad passed away in 2010, which was 2 years after that that incident. But he really, you know, my dad really raised us well, and I'm really grateful to my mom because I mean she was always there, you know. But one thing I wish, okay, I don't really wish for it because it's a case of if I did take, you know, any teasing or bullying to heart, I wouldn't be here, especially after my brothers left high school, you know, because it's, for some reason, it's almost as if you're a target, you know. You think you're so much better because your brothers are here. Wait until your brothers leave the school, you know, we're gonna pay you back for all the things they did to us, or you know. But anyway, guys, if you ever been through a similar situation where you bullied, what were you bullied for, you know, have you ever been into a fight, or have you had siblings who fought for you your entire life? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, comment, and I will see you in my next video. Ciao, bella.